What's up? This is gonna be, I guess, the first video on here to kind of explain this little bit of stuff I've been uploading. I'm sure y'all are wondering about it. So hello and be welcome. This is 𝙄𝙯''. If you're coming back, it's good to see you, and if this is the first time, it's good to see you. This is the effects report from the Operation Plum Bob series of tests that the Air Force, DoD, and Department of Energy conducted on nuclear weapons in, I think, the 40s or something. Bunch of different tests. They blew up stuff, like tried to level the face of a mountain. They like blew up one atomic bomb in the air to test the effects on that. They blew up a couple underground. They tested medical effects on soldiers that got irradiated, and also, like, I think some like plants and stuff. It was like 30 detonations. Huge exponential release of energy. There's this one test I've been thinking about. There's this really deep mine shaft, and they were seeing what would happen if they detonated one underground, but there was an access hole that was capped with this big, like, door. There's no pictures of it, but I'm picturing, like, a bank vault door.
Do you dream very much?
It depends.
What do you mean?
I don't know, probably like 10% of the time.
But it's like that 10%. That 10% of the time is enough to say, like, they're vibrant.
No, they're still vague.
You have vague dreams. You have vague dreams?
Yeah.
I have one. They're like vague in a way. Like, I don't know. They don't have like a good setting or like context. But they feel like kind of I'm there when I'm dreaming.
Well, yeah, I get that.
Like, it feels together when I'm in it, you know. Do you ever have any, like, like last night I had this dream, can I tell you about it?
Yeah, sure.
So, me and like a group of other people, we were on a bus to go somewhere, like a school trip or something. But that's not really where the dream starts. We were like already off of the bus. I just, like, no.
Yeah.
That's where we were. And so we were, I guess it had broke down or something. We got off the bus for whatever reason, and we're going through like the woods. I'm not leading the path. I'm following other people. I assume we just know where we're going. And it's like super treacherous. We're jumping over streams and like moving back branches and vines and stuff, and there's bugs and stuff, and it feels like real high stakes. I don't know. I was worried about being in the woods. So we eventually get out, and we get to this big clearing, probably a mile or something. You can just see off into the distance so far, and there's trees over there, but it's just this like maybe calf-high grass all the way towards it, and like pretty much nothing of landmarks, just this big cleared out area. It's like early morning, 6:30, 6:45, where it's still like real blue and green, like those are the only real colors. And it's real misty, and we're walking out of it, and we come out, and I feel super relieved, and I'm like, yeah, this great. For some reason, this is where we were going, or this is like the next step. I know this is where we're going. And I turn to the person next to me, and it's you. You're with me. And we were young. I guess we're like middle school aged. I guess it's like around that time. And I'm like, hey dude, you know, I think we made it out, you know, like I think we got out of this. And you're like, yeah, you know, whatever, you know, you do it better than me.
Yeah.
Right. But I'm just like, cool. So we're walking or whatever, and you like, you turn, you're like, dude, hey. I'm like, what's up? And you're like, hey, I've been wondering this whole time, do you know how to do this? And I'm like, what?
Suffice it to say, the vault door at the top of the shaft was not enough to hold back the blast, and it was ejected or evaporated into energy or whatever. No one knows what happened. Well, okay, so they say that, you know, it was scattered into, you know, hundreds of thousands of small pieces by the force. But what if it wasn't? What if it kept going up?
Okay, so I'm looking at him, and he bends down to jump, like crouches at his knees and jumps, and then when he gets to the top of the jump, instead of falling down, he crouches his knees again and kind of jumps off again. And he does that several times, and he's probably 20 feet or so in the air, and he's just kind of hanging there, and he's like, hey, you know, can you do that? And I'm like, yeah, I guess, you know, I'll try. If you can do it, I probably can. So I try. I do the same thing. I crouch down, and when I get to the top, you just when you feel yourself about to start falling, instead you put that into the top of your body. You crouch it into your legs, and you push off again. And you keep going upwards, and I do it more times than him, and I'm maybe 30 feet or something. You know, I'm like 10 feet above him, and I'm looking down on him. I'm like, yeah, you know, look at this. I got higher than you, man. Like, you know, whatever. He's like, yeah, that's fucking cool, you know. And so then I'm like, yeah, you know, so how do we get down from here? And he just kind of looks at me, he's kind of smirking, and he's like, I don't know.